We got a couple Rally Pro riders that we got on the course of today. Eric Hoffman for you. Eric Styles in the house. Going old school historian. Athlete Connection, Todd Hendricks is here representing Boulder, Colorado. We got people from Minneapolis, Colorado, from Well, good morning and welcome everybody to Kelly headquarters. We're so glad you're here.
Riders, hold on one second. Riders, could you start the stage under the inflatable welcome banner, please? Riders, please begin to stage. Riders, please begin to stage. LSV, let's see you be leaders here. Come on.
All right, Mike gave me credit for the weather earlier today. I have to tell you, I have to give credit to my wife T for the weather. 29 years ago, on September the 8th, 1990, we got married on her farm in western Pennsylvania. And it was outside, and I was naive, but she had absolutely no plan B for the weather. My parents are like, "Are you going to have a tent?" "Yeah, we'll have a tent. We'll have a tent." And I went up the hill a couple of days before the wedding, maybe the day before, and I saw the tent. It was waving banners on a beautiful tent. It was gorgeous, but it had no cover. So, and it rained for 2 days before the event and the day of, right, Dad? We had about a 24-hour window of sunshine. So when T wants something, it happens. And where is T? Where is my wife? She's somewhere. Over here. Thank you, T. And my son Johnny's riding with us today. And a few of my kids were here with us last night, so we're glad to be here. I want to thank all of you guys for coming out today and just say a few things about the ride. We got a great route planned for us, a beautiful route. Safety is the most important thing, that all of us are safe. When we leave here, we're going to have a police escort. We got to go down York Road. And it's about a little lumpy on the top, and then it's about 1.5 miles descent. So just take the road. We're not going to let any cars pass us. Once we get down York Road, we're going to turn right. We're going to be in countryside, and it's going to be beautiful. I also want to mention a few folks that are here today. We've got 2 riders from our Rally UHC Pro Cycling team here. Evan Hoffman and Erica Carney are here. And you'll see them in their orange rally kits. Erica is a former national champion, criterium champion, wonderful rider, and has ridden on our women's team. She just retired. One of her claims to fame is she married Jonas Carney's brother, Jamie. And Jonas has been the director of this team since its inception. So we're glad to have Erica here with us. Say hello to her on the ride. Evan Hoffman also just retired. This is his last year of professional racing. He has a number of claims to fame. One of them is that he's the only Division III Continental Pro rider in the history of the sport to win a World Tour bike race. And he didn't just do it once, he did it twice in the same stages, in the same event, the Tour of California. I think it was 17 or 16. He won 2 stages of that race in a World Tour, beating out the likes of Peter Sagan and others who were chasing him with everything they had. So we're glad to have Evan here. And Evan is, Erica's a school teacher now, and Evan has just retired. He is going to be a youth pastor. So exciting stuff. Say hi to Evan on the ride. We also have a number of our elite amateur riders here. You'll see them with the Kelly kits, the skinny guys. So they'll be chaperoning around too. Yeah. And then one other person I want to mention is Will Rogers is here. Will Rogers is a pro NASCAR rider. And to the right here, say hi, Will. Will came in, and one of the things we do is we support Will in his work. He's going to be racing in Charlotte next weekend with Kelly Benefit Strategies on his car. And Will does a lot to help people with liver needs and need of liver transplants and other things. And if you get a chance to talk to Will, he'll be on the ride too. He is sponsor correct in his Bridges of Hope kit. Thank you. And Dave Wickman. Here he is. Guess what, Dave? Look at this. $136,500 to the United Healthcare Children's Foundation. Dave's the CEO of United Health Group over all the United entities, including Rally, UHC, Optum, and others. And Dave, would you say a few words for us this morning?
Just grateful to have the families here today. Thank you so much. This is what we're here for, to ride, to raise money, to see these beautiful kids see a full and thriving life. I also want to make sure we thank all of our volunteers today. They keep us safe on the road. They have been up hours this morning getting prepared for today's activities as well. And just thank Kelly Benefits for this amazing effort and the love and care that they show for this foundation, the work that they do with us as a company, and the sponsorship that they have with Rally, UHC, Kelly Benefits Cycling. We've created just a terrific team, and you can see the next generation of that team coming through over here as well. So just very proud to be associated with you, John, and the entire Kelly family.
Thank you. You know, I said this last night. I just want to make sure not everybody was here last night, but obviously safety is the most important thing. We have a really beautiful ride. On the 32-mile ride, there's 2 beautiful rest stops. Make sure you stop at the rest stops. Thank the people that are volunteering at the rest stops. Fuel up, get some Getz caramels. That's good stuff in the back pocket, I trust me. And then on the 62, we've got 3 rest stops. So safety is the most important thing. It is a little lumpy, but just take your time and be careful on the descents. You can't take the road. You never know if someone's coming around the corner. So they don't have yellow lines on the roads, but they're beautiful roads, and it should be minimal traffic. Anything else, Mike?
Yes, so I'll take that back, John. Thanks a lot. I'm going to hand the microphone real quick to Scott Otto, who's Scott, what's your role at United Healthcare Children's Foundation?
I have the privilege of serving the Children's Foundation as the Assistant Executive Director. So thanks again for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you for the energy, the time, the talents that you guys are investing into making today's event so special. We've got 3 of our families here that have benefited from a UHCCF grant. You met one of them last night. Abdul and his family are right here. They're joining us again today. So they are right here from the Baltimore area. We also here have Salma. Salma's in the wheelchair. She's one of our grant recipients as well. Children's Foundation has been able to pay for not only that wheelchair, but physical and occupational therapy, among others. And then lastly, we've got the Edwards family, Larissa and Kyle, right here in the center. Kyle Jr. is a multiple grant recipient for the Children's Foundation, and Larissa as well. They're going to be joining me as we're going to lead you out. So try not to overshadow us as we're taking the convertible. We'll head you out of the parking lot with these kids, and they can be your inspiration as you take on this journey. Thank you again for today.
Thank you, Scott. So, all right, if you're a rider, we need to make you, everybody over facing that direction.
All right. Do me a favor, take your sunglasses off. Take your sunglasses off. Take your sunglasses off. I want to see your eyes. We want to see your eyes. You're so pretty.
What a crazy good day. By far one of the best rides I've ever been on. Kelly Benefit Strategies, Lateral Stress Velo really knows how to put on an event. This is pretty much I believe, the elite team with a few others. That's Craig over there on the right. Ted Harris introduced me to him earlier. It was good riding with you, Craig. And I didn't get to know everybody. I was introduced by Nima, but yeah, first ride with everybody, so I apologize for not knowing everybody's names. I hope to definitely get out there and ride more with you guys. That's Erica there in the UHC kit, former pro, as John Kelly mentioned. So that was pretty cool to ride with her, and good luck, Erica, as you're a teacher and all. These descents were awesome, just so much fun cruising, and you feel so much safer with people that know how to handle their bikes. Sometimes when we get in a race, we're blended in with some folks that are a little sketchy as far as bike handling. But yeah, when you're out there with these guys and gals, it was just awesome to just kind of cruise at top speed down these things. And then, of course, here comes a nice uphill. This was some definite needed efforts. I was getting ready for Alpine Loop, and as I'm recording this, I finished the ride yesterday. So yeah, to be able to get over there and ride on these hills, just super fun. From Salisbury, Maryland, so it's of course flat as a pancake over here. Just makes riding that much more fun, right? So you push it up these climbs and get almost tapped out, and then you get to recover a bit and enjoy some of the descending. So Kelly Benefit Strategies had a phenomenal elite season. Just all the guys just did phenomenal. They worked together, and it was great talking with Nima. I believe that's him right there in the orange helmet. Nima himself, national championship titles, regional titles, team director. So Nima, hats off to you, man, for you have such a great team dynamic. You were talking about how one of your key concepts, of course, is to literally build the bond between each of the team members. So you could just see it out there. Everybody was having fun. You're out there with your camera just taking video after video. So look forward to seeing that, and definitely look forward to riding with everybody again. The Kelly Benefit team travels all over the country to race, and so their commitment is top-notch. They go down to, of course, Tour of Washington County. They've gone over to Vermont for the Green Mountain Stage Race, and so from coast to coast, they're out there racing with the top teams. They won the Joe Martin Stage Race, and so a few guys I believe that were there. Of course, I met Fisher Maris. He's a Cat 1 and had a great season. Just looking at Facebook, he had 16 top fives, including a fourth at the U23 time trial. He's the Virginia State crit champion and placed second overall at the Tour of Millersburg, fifth place at Joe Martin Stage Race, and was the overall at the Tour of Washington County. So he had a total of 5 wins this year. So hats off, Fisher. That's awesome. There was I don't know, I can't remember if I met Caleb or not. Caleb Smith. He had a really good season too. He had 4 top 5 finishes and had a great collegiate career. I did meet Will, and they call him Hollywood. So I met Greg Rogers at the Alpine Loop, and so that was pretty cool to catch up with him. He mentioned Will, and so Will, you ended up having a mid-season fracture in your vertebrae. So, man, to battle back from that, hats off to you. You had 6 podiums with a win at the Battle of the Border, 2nd place at the Virginia Crit Championships, and a 4th at Speed Week's Commerce Crit. So well done. And you are a UCI trained mechanic, so that's awesome to be part of the team and having your own mechanic. So that's just a couple of the guys that were there, and I definitely look forward to meeting and riding with you guys more often. I can't remember if Logan Jones-Wilkins was there or if Owen Muser was there, but just a great squad. And also I'll mention, looks like Nate Moser. So yeah, there's some definite talent out there, and you can see that I've been dropped and I'm trying to fight my way back. Not sure, the hills definitely crush my legs, but I need it. So I can't remember if I make it back or not, but we'll see. But I think there's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 miles to go. So they're a heck of a lot younger than I am, and definitely more fit. So they end up taking off, and I was just happy to be able to hang with them for a little bit. I also met Rick Tucker, who was great chatting with you, Rick. He helps coordinate some of the Velocino rides on the weekends. So if you're ever out there in the Baltimore area, definitely hook up with Kelly, and they ride out of the Velocino cafe stop there. And I believe it was Mark, who is the owner, and talked with him for a little bit. So he's a great bike builder. He had some great bikes on display as we rolled up. So if you need anything built, definitely contact him over at Velocino. So I make my way back to the group, but I'm definitely spent, and I know my GoPro is about out of battery, and so am I. I'm tapped out, and I'm just barely hanging on, I think, at this point. So we go through a couple rotations, and then it's lights out for Sonny Smith, also known as Seagull Cyclist. But definitely, if you like the video, please like it, and then subscribe, and then if you can click the bell for notifications of new videos coming up. I might hop into a couple cross races, and then definitely I'm going to get the Zwift system, so I'll put some stuff on Zwift so you can see me in the Hurt Locker. I'm definitely looking forward to racing next year, and I raced 29 times this past year, and we'll see how many I can get in next year. It's just a blast. I mean, it's just a adrenaline rush. It's just fun to push it, and you learn so much every single race. You become a better bike handler. If you've ever watched American Crit with Steve Cullen and Butcher Box, like he talks about the last 10 minutes of the crit, and he talks about this buzz that's going on. Your brain is firing at like 6 million watts per second, and it's just an absolute blast. If you've never tried racing before, you might want to hop in to the Cat 5 race. You have to get a license, and definitely work your way into some group rides. But it's an awesome way to build your fitness and meet a bunch of great people. So I used to do triathlons, and that was a lot of fun. I got to build my fitness, but again, you're out there pushing yourself, and it is just great to hop in there with a group. And definitely the cycling is the best part of the triathlon, at least it was for me. The swimming was okay, but the runs were brutal, so I had to let go of that. The training just took up too much time. So this descent was a lot of fun, and then we come across this this Pretty Boy reservoir is insane. So these are like cobbles right here, and let me tell you, like, these were level cobbles, and you can just see the camera shaking up and down. I can't imagine what Paris-Roubaix would be like. That's just insane. That little section right there, that just wears you out. Like, you feel like you're on a jackhammer. So if you've ever held a jackhammer, you are getting a workout just sitting there holding that thing. So going across those pave, let's call it, it was pretty cool to hit those at definitely a top speed. So I think this is probably the last climb for me, or last like semi-decent effort. And again, this is Craig. I believe Craig is a Cat 2 or Cat 1, I can't remember. So yeah, I don't know if Craig rides or races with like the 45 pluses. I didn't catch how old he was, or if he hops into the 1, 2, 3s. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, Craig, to race with you. And Dean Sullivan is over here on the Eastern Shore as well, as I mentioned, Ted Harris. So yep, here's the beginning of the end for me. There they go. Nima, I don't know how you do it, man. You've got some power. Like you were just able to, you got a nice reserve tank there, man. So I was just pretty much done. That was a top event. As I just said on the text there, John Kelly, it was great meeting you at the start line. I know you got a place in Easton. You enjoy the Eastern Shore, so that'll be nice to start, just building the family over here, getting more and more people, riding and hopping into some of these rides over there in Baltimore and DC, and then really just, building the bridge over here. Looking forward to having the social with Rob Helms coming up in November, and start building some interest. I mean, you just really can't. The professionalism, the experience of Kelly Benefit, just top notch. It was just so cool to get over there and experience that. And this is the first year they've done this Bridges of Hope ride, and it's going to build every single year. But they raised over $100,000, and that's just awesome. So just to be a part of the charity fundraising, and just seeing everybody enjoying themselves, and seeing the families appreciate all the kindness that went along with it. So definitely good stuff. And they've had Kelly Benefit has put, I believe, over a dozen riders into the pros. So I'm not familiar with who was before Nima as far as like the team director and so forth, but it's just great to know that they take not only their amateur teams and their competitive group rides and their the family support and so forth. They take all that seriously, and then to know that they have a channel into the pros, like that was pretty cool. Yeah, and that's my goo pack because I need some more energy to get in these last, I think about, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 miles. So great route, and again you can tell great hills, a lot of character to the ride, great scenery. So definitely we'll be out there again, and look forward to riding with everybody.
Nice job, congratulations.